Saurolophines. Saurolophines. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Ranking with Dinosaurs, where today we're going to be talking about Hadrosaurs. So Hadrosaurs, I believe, are severely underrated. There are a group of dinosaurs that are, known as the duck-billed, even though nowadays we know that they don't have anything duck-related except the shape of their skulls, but in real life they would look different. But no, yes, Hadrosaurs have a couple of builds. Yes, so you might know some, you might not know, but there's two of those. So it's going to be the ones we're going to be talking today, Saurolophines, which are the non-crested ones. Now you might be asking, what does that crest do? Like, what does having or not having a crest have to do with anything? It is very important. So for the non-crested ones today, Saurolophines, they don't have crests. Yeah, they have other interesting features, but yeah, no crests. At least bony ones, or that we can see from the fossils. From fossils, I mean the actual skeletons. There's gonna be some. There's gonna be especially one where I'm gonna be like, why is this a Saurolophine? But yeah, we'll get to that when we get there. So yeah, I'm excited. I also read that apparently it's better if I say so like and subscribe right now, so you can go ahead doing that right now. But we're gonna start right ahead with Saurolophus. Okay, so we're gonna start today this list with Saurolophus, the namesake of this subgroup. And right away I'm gonna say it. Why are they called Saurolophines when Saurolophus has clearly a crest? Like, I know it's a small one, but if you compare it to all the other Saurolophines, they don't have crests at all. Neither close to Saurolophus. Like, there's one that's like, at best, like maybe a tiny bit, but like, no way why are they called Saurolophines if the Saurolophus has a crest. I digress. I love Saurolophus. That has nothing to do with with the actual namesake, but I had to put it out there. Saurolophus is pretty cool. There's a couple of species, one from Asia, one from North America. The Asian one is way bigger. It's like one of the biggest hadrosaurs, like up there with the biggest hadrosaurs, I want to say. The one in North America is a little smaller, and yeah, it, as I was saying, has a little crest going on top. It's like a really small one. It's like a little, you could say it's like a little slide that goes down to its nose. But yeah, Saurolophus, I really like it. Well, the Asian species is huge. I like big hadrosaurs. That's like the main takeaway I like from hadrosaurs is that they're not pushovers when it comes to size. And I want to say also Saurolophus, I don't know how many of you saw the anime show Dinosaur King, but I got introduced to Saurolophus there, and I loved the episode where it was. But yeah, Saurolophus, I'm gonna say it's gonna be an A tier. I love Saurolophus. BRACHYLOPHOSAURUS. Okay, so BRACHYLOPHOSAURUS, it's a North American Saurolophine hadrosaur. So I'm gonna be real honest with you. BRACHYLOPHOSAURUS is not doing that much for me, although we do have some interesting mummies from it. So what this means is that we have a lot of skin impressions from BRACHYLOPHOSAURUS. So we have some shapes for how the actual skin looked, like scales, like where and what kind of scales were in different parts of the body, and we also see like kind of the outline of the actual like muscle, like where it was like placed on top of the bones, because a lot of the times not anymore, but usually way back, like paleomedia or paleoart was like utilizing the concept of skin wrapping, which is like just wrapping your skeleton with just skin, and that was it. Shrink wrapping. My bad. That was. And yeah, like you could see from these skin impressions that the outline of the actual animal is like way muscular than it was portrayed before. And these animals were like huge, hunking like trucks. Like these things were not getting preyed upon like easily at all. Just because they don't have like huge horns or teeth or clubs or armor doesn't mean they were like easy prey. So BRACHYLOPHOSAURUS, as I said, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a C tier. I'm sorry, BRACHYLOPHOSAURUS. BARSBOLDIA. Okay, so this is a Hadrosaur Saurolophine from Mongolia, I believe. It's the Nemegt formation, which is where Tarbosaurus, Therizinosaurus, the big ass sauropods that we don't know the name yet. I think it's Nemegtosaurus. We only have footprints, but yeah, BARSBOLDIA is the Hadrosaur, a Hadrosaur from Asia. You can see Asia and North America share a lot of fauna. Same with the Tyrannosaurs, and I wanted to say Ceratopsians, but that's a little different. BARSBOLDIA, yes. So from BARSBOLDIA, we don't have a ton. We have a huge back neural spines, which are the backbone, and those things are tall. So when I saw them first time, I thought, okay, this must be like a family of like what Oranosaurus. If you know Oranosaurus, you would know like what freaking huge tall neural spines are. This is like almost Oranosaurus level of tall. So what made me think it was like the direct descendant from Oranosaurus, but no, it's just another Hadrosaur, Saurolophine, very closely related to EDMONTOSAURUS as well, which is another of Saurolophine. But no, yeah, BARSBOLDIA, it's one of the biggest Hadrosaurs as well, I think. And yeah, there's a thing with Saurolophines. They're not my favorite because they look very much alike. I'm going to be really tough here. BARSBOLDIA are going to be a C tier. I'm sorry. MAIASAURA. So this is a good example of you don't need to be like huge or have insane, features to be interesting to me. So MAIASAURA is one of those few occasions where a dinosaur name has a gender assigned to it. So MAIASAURA is the mother lizard. And MAIASAURA has a thing in that it was discovered with a ton, and when I mean a ton, I mean like an almost whole field of eggs assigned to MAIASAURA. We do know they're from MAIASAURA because we've taken the eggs, examined them, and yes, they do resemble Hadrosaur babies. I don't know what you call Hadrosaur babies, puppies. I don't know, but at the get-go, we know a ton of Hadrosaur anatomy and ontogeny. Ontogeny is how they grow, and because of MAIASAURA. So we know that they started, very small. They have their dinky little feet, and then they grew into this enormous sizes, and that their ornamentation is probably a sexual display thing, dimorphism. Like that's a thing that they would usually develop for those purposes. So as a babies, they don't need anything of that. They just need to survive. So their elaborate crest and stuff, and all those things that distinguish them from other hadrosaurs, is what gets it's like what they gain after. So MAIASAURA does have a little crest on their eyebrows. I have an example here. However, the little crest here is actually 2. And you can see there's like 2 little crests there. But it actually wasn't 2. The fossils make it look like it's 2, but it's actually just 1 crest, like 1 ridge. Like across the forehead. So yeah, MAIASAURA, very important for science. For, letting us know like how babies grow and all of that stuff. Also, respect for those babies. MAIASAURA is going to be an A. SECERNOSAURUS. So here's a little guy that a lot of you might have heard about, but SECERNOSAURUS is a Saurolophine hadrosaur. It had a little bumpy nose, and you won't guess where it's from. It's not from Asia, no. It's not from North America either. It is from South America. So, representing South America, SECERNOSAURUS. It's a small hadrosaur. Not as small as they can get, as hadrosaurs can get, but it's pretty small for its hadrosaur standards. And yeah, he was found in South America. Which is very weird because, usually we don't find hadrosaurs over there. We usually found just huge-ass sauropods. But no, yes, SECERNOSAURUS, adorable. And I think most of the people that know SECERNOSAURUS probably learned about it from Prehistoric Planet, where we saw it inhabited some pretty arid environments, which is insane for hadrosaurs. It's probably adapted to a ton of different places. And I said a ton, like a million times. But no, yeah, SECERNOSAURUS, cool little guy. I kind of like it because, it's in a place where they shouldn't be. So just for that, I'm going to go B tier. Also, it's cute, and if I could ride a hadrosaur, that would be so cool. EDMONTOSAURUS. So, guys, we have right at the hadrosaur that probably everyone knows, EDMONTOSAURUS. It's named after the Edmonton, in Canada. And, yeah, Montosaurus, we all know it. It's a huge hadrosaur. Huge hadrosaur from, you guessed it, North America and Canada. But I'm saying North America in general, like the whole northern hemisphere. Yeah, Montosaurus is insane, the amount of fossils that we have with Montosaurus. As I was saying before, we found mummies of Montosaurus as well. So we know quite a bit of their skin impressions, like where they are. And the most notable one, actually I'm going to show you to you right here with this beautiful Montosaurus model. I'm going to have right here. So you can see the neck. If you take a closer look at the neck, you can see some big scales, like some big ass scales running down the neck. I don't know if you can see it from this side as well. Yep, those huge scales, we actually found those. Those are not random here for just to look cool. Those are big, some big scales that were found in the neck area, specifically in the neck area, and only in the neck area of Montosaurus. That was on one of the two species that we know of in Montosaurus. You have Anectens, which lived before, like in Regalis, which lived after it. So Anectens is first, and then Regalis came after. Of Anectens, we know from skin impressions as well, which is crazy. This little crest right here, that is not bone, that is flesh. So it had a little rooster thing. I can't remember what it's called, but that just makes me think like how many other things we haven't found about not only hadrosaurs but dinosaur like soft tissue, like actual like dinosaur soft tissue that we don't know about. Very sad, I know, but we are at least blessed with the amount of Montosaurus we have. Also, I wanted to point out the little shovel-like bill that you have there. That's probably for stripping plant matter. They probably ate everything on their path. They're probably generalists as well. They ate almost everything. And yeah, so I'm gonna say Montosaurus is an awesome looking dinosaur. It had to battle and deal with Tyrannosaurus Rex, so it's gonna be an S tier. GRYPOSAURUS. So we have GRYPOSAURUS now. And what I'll say about GRYPOSAURUS, I don't think it's nothing crazy. However, I picked it because I was reading the nasal region of GRYPOSAURUS actually has some Saurolophus like overlap. And I don't mean that they were like closely related. I know they're both Saurolophines, but they weren't like cousins or anything. But it had the the bony like protrusion going from the point of the nose to the back. It didn't go as far as Saurolophus by any means, but in GRYPOSAURUS, it just makes the huge ass nose that they have. That is all bone. We don't know what other like kind of soft tissues they had like inside of there or that protruded from outside. Must have been incredible to see in life. But yeah, same with MAIASAURA. These things probably didn't develop until later in the life when they were like sexually mature. But no, yeah, GRYPOSAURUS, pretty interesting Hadrosaur. From him, we actually do have also this. I'm gonna use MAIASAURA as an example. These triangular scutes, scales that protrude from the back that you see in a lot of dinosaur media. Actually, Hadrosaurs do have some actual evidence for that in fossils. So that I thought it was quite interesting. So GRYPOSAURUS, I'm gonna put you in B tier. I think you're a little better than BRACHYLOPHOSAURUS. That huge ass nose is doing a lot of heavy lifting. SHANTUNGOSAURUS. So we're gonna end this list with the biggest of them all. The animal that is so huge. It's probably the largest non-sauropod. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Largest non-sauropod discovered animal. This thing is huge. More than 15 tons. Insanely heavy. Insanely large. Nobody was messing with this thing. This is from Asia, China to be more specific. From the Shang. I know it's Shang something. Formation or place. But no, yeah, SHANTUNGOSAURUS is actually the closest relative to the North American EDMONTOSAURUS. So they were like pretty similar. We can infer some SHANTUNGOSAURUS features from EDMONTOSAURUS. So we can pretty much safely say that it was just a hulking beast that nobody was messing with. Like this thing lived with Tarbosaurus, Thericinosaurus, other types of crazy things, and you know, it was holding its own weight. This thing, by size alone, wasn't getting messed with at all. So SHANTUNGOSAURUS is really awesome. I want to say it's one of my favorite Saurolophines, just because of the size. Yes, it's gonna be an S tier. Came out pretty evenly, I would say. So that's gonna be the Hadrosaur, the Saurolophine Hadrosaurs. Let me know what would you change. I know I didn't cover every single Saurolophine because that would take a ton of time. So let me know if you want a part 2 of Saurolophines. Same with the other videos. I don't choose every single dinosaur from from the group or a period or how I'm ranking them, because there's simply a ton. So I might do a part 2 of said series or said videos. Just let me know. You know, remember, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys.